Hi, I'm Eric D'Amato.
Creeping from the shadows once again is me, Matt.
And welcome back to Mindbreakers. Now,
Ooh.
we have a Stephen King movie for you today.
Oh boy.
And we have a vampire movie for you today.
Oh boy.
Now, Tobe Hooper's 1979 classic, Salem's Lot, is based on the second novel Stephen King ever wrote, and one of his better ones, actually. It's tight, compact, one of the better pieces of vampire literature I've actually ever read.
Oh, damn.
And the movie is, as I said, directed by the great Tobe Hooper. It's one of his earlier films. It's a classic, it's fantastic, and it is not what we're watching today.
God damn it.
We are instead watching the 1997 or 1998. It doesn't seem to be able to decide. Film, which is going to be released in theaters, but they didn't have time, so it came out on HBO instead.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
Night Flyer.
You had my hopes up. I thought we were gonna get some like classic piece of media over here. Ah, damn. Stephen King and vampires, huh?
Yep. People seem to think that he's like constantly writing about vampires, but there is one novel and two short stories.
I was
Three.
say like
Three
people
short
think that because I only remember like one.
Yeah, one of his most popular ones is, well, one of his earliest ones, second after Carrie was, but yeah, vampires show up in the Dark Tower, but
It's not
so
like
does
about,
everything else.
Yeah, it's not like about vampires.
But yeah, the Night Flyer. A reporter is on the trail of a vampiric murderer who travels by plane.
Is that it?
Came out in 1977. It has a 6.0 out of 10.
Oh, wow. That's pretty high for what we cover here.
Even though the Metascore is 36.
Oh.
Not really any actors I know except for the great Miguel Ferrer. Rest in peace. He actually passed away.
I'm not too sure.
January 19th, 2017. Rest in peace.
Oh, wow. Damn. That's definitely a name that I'm familiar with.
We've seen him before on the show. He was in both the live-action Justice League.
Really?
The pilot of the weird sitcom from 1997. I don't know whether that or this is worse. And he was in The Stand, another Stephen King adaptation. One of the really good ones, in my opinion. One of the best Stephen King miniseries.
Yeah, you've talked about that a couple of times with me and just talking about how good it was. I'm definitely going to check it out.
We're living it.
Fair.
I'd recommend the book over the miniseries, though. But the miniseries first, then the book.
Okay, so like you can watch a show and appreciate it, but then when you read the book, like you'll probably appreciate it a lot more, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, read the book after.
Yeah, I've seen the length of that book.
Yeah.
It's, oh boy.
But yeah, has an R rating.
Oh God.
It's about vampires.
It's Stephen King.
Haven't looked at a vampire film in a long time. When was the last vampire movie we watched on this show?
Oh, I don't even remember. It was a long time ago.
I mean, I Am Legend was
guess.
about vampires when it was a novel, but I don't think it had anything to do with them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The last vampire film we did was Lair of the White Worm, which is tangentially related to vampires.
All right.
But more to like weird snake creatures.
Sure.
The vampiricness is more from the fact that it's by Bram Stoker.
Ah, I see.
think the last like proper vampire film we watched was Vampires. Episode 143.
That is very appropriate.
Oh, and it is funny that after finishing our long haul through Halloween this year, we're doing something completely unrelated and talking about Stephen King and vampires. So, well, Stephen King vampires.
Stephen King vampires. That's what we're getting into, I guess.
One 101 Bravo Lima. Come in, over. I can't have you sitting in the middle of my runway. Respond, over.
Okay, I don't want to. I'm not going to talk about how this was as an adaptation, but I can't separate it really from the short story I read last week because it was published in Nightmares and Dreamscapes, his third collection of short stories that came out in 1993, which I read last week. So It's kind of still fresh in my head.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm not really going to harp on the differences because it's a bad movie regardless. But
there's always something all right.
Bless you, Miguel Ferrer.
Yeah, God bless.
You made this at least tolerable to watch.
Yeah,
if not good.
He was still pretty good.
He's always good.
Yeah,
he's
in this.
Miguel Ferrer. We start with there's a plane and it's landing and someone in the control tower is yelling. And then I think they get killed.
Yeah, they go to check the plane. And then he gets his face slashed and then he looks at whatever attacked him and he's like, "Oh dear God in heaven," and then he died. Or something, I don't know.
And we meet our main character.
The oh so lovable man he is.
Richard Dees, played by Miguel Ferrer, who, being a, scum-sucking parasite asshole, obviously works for a tabloid.
He plays the asshole well, though. God bless.
I don't know if Inside View is real.
It sounds
real.
Don't
read tabloid. I know the National Enquirer is an actual magazine.
Right.
I do know that Inside View shows up in most of
like Stephen King.
It's real, but it's a software company. But
okay.
it's the tabloid that shows up a lot in Stephen King work.
Huh.
Because I mean, if you do something like this and you have it be about the National Enquirer or the Sun or something, they can sue you.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Surprised TMZ hasn't been sued, frankly, but they Probably should be.
Yeah, I think it's long overdue. Yes.
Though it would be funny for a tabloid to try to sue someone, and then everyone sues them right back for everything they do, and just their whole thing is kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
So he's
he's given a story, no?
He's given a story about some woman, some aging country singer. I'm so disappointed they didn't go with the one from the short story.
Oh, what's the one from the short story?
There's a doctor who believes that penguins are possibly smarter than humans, and they're going to drum some story up about it of a possible penguin invasion of New York. I'm like, wait, why are we not talking about the cool?
Wait a minute, why is that not our movie? That's my question.
Yeah, why is the penguin invasion not the movie we're watching instead?
Like, hello. I got to deal with some guy dying in an airport. Meanwhile, there's penguins that are about to fucking overrun New York.
It even mentions Danny DeVito in the short story.
That's fucking incredible. That's not in the movie now. What the fuck?
And why isn't Danny DeVito in this movie?
This is only raising more questions than answering.
So he's given the story, and he doesn't want to do the story, but he's like, "Oh, you could do this. Could do this one about there's this guy who thinks he's a vampire, killing people in airports, in like small airports.
Yeah,
and he's going by, get this, Dwight Fry, which is explained in the novel. I can't remember if it's explained here. It's a pseudonym because it's Dwight Fry is the actor who played Renfield in the original Dracula film.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that's in the movie. Or maybe I just blocked it from memory. That's a very big possibility.
I remember there's a line about a character who eats flies, so I'm assuming it's about they talked about it a bit.
Maybe. I don't know.
So it's not an easy movie to follow.
Yeah, the beginning of this movie is a fucking blur, to be honest. He Dees walks in just saying like fuck every 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, it's Miguel Ferrer in the 90s.
Yeah. So like that was what I was focusing on.
It's HBO, you're allowed. It's great.
That's true. That's very true. We also meet the other character that's going to be in this movie, Catherine Blair, I believe her name is.
Catherine Blair. Or as they call her, Jimmy, as a joke about Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, that's... Okay.
Played by Julie Entwistle.
Yeah, she's a new up-and-comer novice reporter.
If she's a reporter, why is she working for a tabloid?
Don't know. That's what I asked as well. But apparently the movie didn't care, so neither do I.
But I'm just being mean at that point.
She gets interviewed for like a job. He get the guy, I believe his name is Merton.
He looks like he should be Emilio Estevez. Yeah, Merton. His name is Merton Morrison, played by Dan Monahan.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he should be teaching some kids how to play hockey right now. He's also my favorite character in the film. That's not Miguel, by the way.
Oh no!
Oh no! What?
He was in Baby Geniuses.
He was in Baby Geniuses. He was also in Porky's.
All of them.
All of them.
That's Pee-wee.
He is what I would
Pee-wee
call
Morris.
Yeah. No, yeah.
His last movie was 1999. His last movie was in 1999. It was a video of Romeo and Juliet.
Incredible.
He's not dead, but he hasn't acted since the year 2000.
He's just chosen not to. I love it.
It's because he was in this, then he was in Shattered Illusions, then he was in Baby Geniuses, and then the Romeo and Juliet video, which I'm presuming was awful, and then he was just in so many bad movies, one after another, he just decided no, and left.
It's like, fuck acting, man.
How the West was
I love
won.
him in this movie. He's so comedically villainous to a point where it's just like you could like this is definitely a Stephen King character
but he's not even the bad guy.
And he's not even the bad guy.
He's just kind of there and just a dick for no reason.
I love the way he just talks all the time. And if you put him at like 1.25 speed, it's even better. Because he just sounds, like, cynical.
Coward, I had to watch this at normal.
I know. I watched the movie in normal. But then, like, I went back to the scene where he's talking with Deez. And I just upped the speed because I wanted to see how crazy he would sound. And it's just like, it sounds like an insane man rambling, and I love it. For 1.5 speed, though, you might see some terror.
At moments, he almost reminds me of Burgess Meredith as the Penguin. He's just that out there evil.
He's
and
so fucking nuts. Oh, Christ.
So he says, no, I don't want to investigate this vampire thing. There's like vampire stories are everywhere and no one cares anymore.
Oh.
I'm going to do this thing about this aging country singer instead. So Jimmy gets the story. Kudos on the film not actually explaining who Jimmy Olsen is. And I'd say most people should know, but like everyone could probably understand who Superman is, but Jimmy Olsen is kind of a deeper cut. Not like a really deep cut. It's not like mentioning Mr. Mxyzptlk.
Yeah.
But he's hard.
Jimmy Olsen's like, you know, or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not really a major character.
Yeah.
I mean, Stephen King references Mr. Mxyzptlk a lot.
Oh, Lord. What a great guy.
So,
I mean, she takes a job. She does her research. She does her things. Deez
Miguel
does something.
Ferrer does something, and I can't remember what he was doing.
I don't know, but I do remember that he was in his room, I think, and the vampire saw him.
No, because why would the vampire care if he wasn't investigating him yet?
That's what I thought I was asking myself, but I was probably just thinking of the movie in wrong events.
He goes to a bar, which is playing that music that always plays in 90s things. That all of them, they have this music. It sounds like Vampire the Masquerade background music, frankly.
That's right.
And then he just kind of steals the story.
Yeah, because he's talking with Catherine because she followed him because reasons.
Like, hey, would you have any advice for me? Yeah, don't publish what you don't believe what you publish, and never publish what you believe.
That's it.
It's like, what? But can't you give me more advice? Yeah, get out of this. It's not.
Yeah, fuck off.
Don't.
He also tells the story of the person who she's been replacing because someone else had the job that she did, and before she... I might be misremembering this, but she got so caught up in a story about like just some heinous fucking people that it just basically consumed her, and she just took her own life.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's a message to, stop letting stories get to your head. Definitely don't remember this, because it's definitely not going to come back later, guys.
I can't... Does it? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
But it also doesn't, because there are some extenuating circumstances in that specific scene.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there, though. Oh, fuck.
And it'll not make sense when we do.
Nope. And, like you said, he heads back to the tabloid thing, and he's talking to fucking dude from The Office. And, he's like, oh, Catherine, she got all these clues from these police reports. And he's like, someone else died. And, you sure you don't want this job? And Deez is like, yeah, I'll take the job. And he goes, cool, Catherine, you're fucking off the job. Deez took it.
But I did all the research. I don't care. Also, Morton, freaking name, further cements himself as a horrible, horrible asshole for basically admitting that he only hired Catherine because he wants to do things.
Yeah, if I remember the quote from earlier, which is she's very smart, she's very witty, and she's got a great ass, and I'm like, got it. I don't know who you are, but you are probably the best at being the sleaziest that I've ever seen in a movie. Oh, he's such a gigantic dick. I love it.
He's such a sleaze.
Yeah, he's so wrong in every way. And somehow he does it so well as an actor.
Yeah, he's great at being horrible.
It's so fucking good.
So, Miguel Ferrer goes off and interrogates a guy.
Oh yeah, Miguel has a piloting license, by the way.
Yeah.
And a plane, for some reason.
He has a plane. The plane of the vampire is black Cessna Skymaster with red piping. Serial number irrelevant.
Say, yo, if you remember that, kudos.
I was expecting it to be 1 second.
Alucard.
Okay. I was expecting it to be 1897 1931.
1897
1931.
I'm gonna have to actually write this down, aren't I?
No. It's
good.
the release dates of the novel and the book and the movie
Oh,
Dracula.
okay, just like a cute little nod.
Well, a cute little nod, which is just irritatingly on the nose. That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, I feel you.
So he goes there and he interrogates, well, for want of a better word, Fred Gwynn from Pet Sematary.
You're right.
Yeah. So there's a vampire, and the ground went bad. And, sometimes it does better.
Have you guys ever seen that episode of South Park where the old guy just starts telling them about the curse on the mountains?
Don't go up to that old Pet Cemetery though.
Yeah.
The ground went sour.
That's that guy.
But it's taking itself so seriously.
It's
like there was this man got out the plane, and he was dressed all in a black suit with a cape, red as a fire engine inside, black as a woodchuck's asshole on the outside.
I swear, if he pulled out that cape, it looked like he had bat wings. He did.
It's and underneath the plane there was a big pile of earth. Looked like it had worms and maggots in it, like something had died there. But sometimes dead is better.
It's so fucking good just how on point that is.
I mean, it's Stephen King. There had to be someone who is very much obviously from Maine.
I was gonna say, yo, is there a Maine location in this?
Probably.
I didn't remember specifically hearing the word Maine. I just assumed they were all in Maine.
I can't remember about Stephen King, so I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, exactly.
To quote the Nostalgia Critic's old Stephen King month theme song, "The people lived in Maine, of course there's nowhere else to live."
It's always fucking Maine. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, the whole dirt thing is supposed to be important, I guess.
Yeah, it's important, and it's explained in the short story, but it's one of the more obscure, not like super obscure, like if you dump out a bag of rice in front of a vampire, they're going to be forced to count every single one.
What?
It's not, yeah.
No, wait, back up. What?
Yeah, apparently vampires in some of the legends are, like, ridiculously obsessive-compulsive, and a good way to, like, if you want to escape a vampire, you can like slice open a bag of rice and pour it on the ground, and they will have no choice but to count every single grain.
Whatever those words that you just strung together in a sentence is more entertaining and more thought-provoking than anything that happened in this fucking movie.
Why, thank you.
I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the day. And I'm going to be wondering why I don't see that in a fucking movie.
It's not that obscure, but it's also not as common as crosses, garlic, and holy water. Sure. Is that a vampire can only sleep or cross running water. That's the important bit, because he's flying in a plane. if he is sleeping in Graveyard Earth from his home country.
Ah.
So hence that's why Dracula had the coffins full of earth when he was in that boat.
Oh, I seen. Okay. Oh, cool.
But the movie doesn't explain why, and there's just kind of a big pile of dirt under this plane.
Well, I think it's. I mean,
full of worms.
Yeah, not in defense of the movie or anything, but it's probably just because Dees doesn't think he's tracing a vampire for the whole fucking movie.
Well, no, he thinks he's tracing a serial killer, obviously.
Yeah.
Who thinks they're a vampire?
It's just weird, you know? Like, oh, why is there dirt? Who fucking cares?
Because, I mean, why would you assume it's a vampire?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yes, we can assume it's a vampire. It's a Stephen King story, but they don't know that.
Exactly.
It's why, like, one of the weakest Stephen King stories I've read lately was actually The Outsider.
Oh, yeah.
In what it's trying to do, because it's set up like a murder mystery, but King makes the mistake of making the murder itself impossible.
Oh, no.
Like, they think this one guy did it, and they have DNA evidence of him at the crime. They have eyewitnesses of him going there, eyewitnesses of him leaving.
Sure.
But there's also eyewitnesses and uncontestable evidence that he was at the other end of the country. How did this crime happen? Well, you're Stephen King, and it's impossible, so it's clearly a supernatural being.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, evil doppelganger? I don't fucking know.
I mean, to quote Sherlock Holmes, when you eliminate all the options, well, to paraphrase Sherlock Holmes, when you eliminate the impossible, the only answer, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
Yep.
So, vampire.
Yeah. That's this movie in a nutshell.
He gets bloody messages written on his window.
Oh yeah.
Presumably
someone,
by
buy him a drink at a bar.
Yeah, and it was a Clamato Caesar.
With like the message stay away or something.
The barkeeper smacks him like on him on the forehead and says should have had a V8.
I fucking wish. Christ. We come back to the office every now and then too to see Catherine still working on the case.
And Morton just laughing like a supervillain.
Because like honestly, understandably, of course, Catherine's pissed that she lost this fucking story because she literally did all the work, and our good sleazeball over here is like, fuck it, go chase the story, beat these to it, why not?
What I want to see is the subplot where he's building a weather control device to try to take over the city.
Because you know he is.
But gets beaten by a platypus in a fedora.
That means fucking stupid shorts.
The sad thing is, it would make sense.
Fuck it, yeah, sure. Oh my god.
Make more sense than anything else in this film.
And so she chases down the story. They end up at the same hotel because the sleepwalker is a fucking maniac.
Miguel Ferrer goes into the graveyard.
Oh fuck!
To look around, and gets accosted by a roadie for Iron Maiden, who is just a complete red herring. And he says, "Down here we have respect for the dead, man." Like, okay.
This is like, cool, I don't fucking care.
Who are you? Like, and you're expecting him to be like the Renfield to Dwight's Dracula or something, or something, or to be a red herring, like we're supposed to think he's actually the vampire.
Yeah, like maybe you'll see him in another scene and you're like, oh, the dots are connected.
No. I mean, wait, he might be?
Maybe.
Because I know, like, at the end of the movie, they show us the real face, not the face we're going to get to, the real human face of Dwight. Is it supposed to be the same person? Because it doesn't look like the same person.
Don't know.
I don't know what this movie's trying to do or be.
Like, I didn't get the whole real face reveal either. That part threw me off.
I guess he'll do anything for love, but he won't do that.
Yeah.
Trust me, the vampire in this is dressed like Meatloaf in I Would Do Anything for Love. It's...
there's that part where he goes to investigate the old couple's home, and he gets attacked by a fucking... it's not a normal dog, but I don't know what the fuck happened to it.
I guess it's vampirized, like
Maybe.
in I Am Legend.
Because, like, this thing unhinges its fucking jaws, and it was really cool, but, like, the movie did nothing with it.
I'll admit, I was doing something else during this scene. I think I was playing Spider Solitaire, and I didn't pick up on the scene existing.
Basically, all that happens is he interrogates a police officer as an FBI agent, I think. And this police officer's like, those two old folks, they were good friends of mine. They were nice people. We want to catch this. We want to get this guy captured. And Deez is like, yeah, don't worry, I'll catch this sumbitch. And then he goes to the house and he's like, why is the mirror broken?
It's funny.
And nothing happens.
It's funny you do an Officer Quimby voice. Because one of his close personal friends, Fat Tony, is voiced by Joe Mantegna, who actually features in a Stephen King movie that goes by the name of Thinner.
What the fuck? He's in Thinner?
He also reads the audiobook.
Nice. Oh.
My favorite thing about Stephen King audiobook casting is how they had Annie Wilkes, like not Cathy Bates. They had Kathy Bates do audiobooks for them.
Not one of them was Misery.
No. I was like, well,
of course one of them wasn't Misery.
You had Annie Wilkes right there.
No one thought, like, hey,
you dirty bird.
That is so fucking it's so classic, dude.
Look,
Jesus
at
Christ.
least they did get Sissy Spacek to read Carrie.
Okay. All right.
At least.
They had Kathy Bates that she just didn't do Misery. What the fuck? I mean, maybe she didn't want to do it. That's a possibility.
Well, a lot of the things she did for it were short stories.
Okay.
Maybe she didn't have the time to do Misery.
Yeah,
but Misery's a short book from Stephen King.
Yeah, but still, like, I can get, I can get maybe she's...
I know we're talking about everything except for the movie, but the movie's just so
happening
boring.
in this goddamn movie. They get together and they fucking call people assholes for 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's just a lot of phone conversations which... Look, there's some stories which work on paper, but don't work in a film.
Yeah.
And investigative reporting on phone is one of those things.
Yeah.
We also learn about an old couple, and one got a perm while the other was so she could look young, and then the other one got killed by Dwight, and then she got killed by Dwight. I guess he was controlling them with his mind.
Yeah, that's like a thing they kind of theorize, that like he can control these people. And Deez is like, I know serial killers can have like a control over their victims, and I'm like, what? Okay.
You're thinking about what's that thing people say Beauty and the Beast is, but
Stockholm
isn't?
Syndrome?
That's the one. Even though that's not what that is at all.
No.
Because at no point do we get like fawning subservience. She's all the time, no, you're an idiot.
This movie's starting to come to a close, though, because they do catch a lead, because they call one guy, and they're like, hey, have you ever seen this plane? He went, no, and then hung up, and then Catherine makes the very good observation of he was lying, which, no shit. And then Deez is like, well, we gotta catch this story.
Investigate, so I'm gonna lock you in the closet.
Yeah, she goes to get ready, and she's like, okay, Deez, I'm ready. And he wraps her up in a fucking blanket and just pushes her inside a closet.
Like,
locks the door with a coat hanger.
I don't know why he didn't bring her. There's no reason to. You could argue that she's not in the scene in the book. Yep, she's not in the book at all. So it doesn't matter at this point. We've already thrown... Like, A lot of Stephen King adaptations have the problem where they're not long enough.
Yeah.
To do everything that's in the story.
Yeah.
The book. This feels bloated. There is too much. This story, the short story, half hour segment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, how long is it? It can't be more than 100 pages.
Oh no, it's like. I'm at a computer. I'll look it up.
There you go. There is a part in the scene as he's looking it up where, he's getting ready to go chase down Dwight, and she reminds him of the words, don't let the story absorb you, because then it's just going to be all you are, and all that crap that he spilled about the other girl. And she's like, isn't this exactly what you're becoming? And he does take a moment to pause and reflect and to really think about the situation he's in. I mean, he just locked a girl in a closet, for God's sakes, because he's chasing this stupid vampiric killer. You think at this point, he's going to have a huge revelation. He then goes, fuck you, and then leaves.
Oh, we got a list of things that Inside View's in.
Oh, cool.
Desperation, Insomnia, The Dark Tower Part 3, Bag of Bones, Needful Things, Doctor Sleep, and Elevation.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
God,
this movie's just fucking goddamn.
An important thing is the bite wounds on the victims' necks are not your typical like little print picks in the. It's like a massive hole on one side and a massive hole on the other side.
Yeah.
So they're suspecting he's using like a nail or something to drain their blood.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that is in the book. That is in the story.
Don't worry. We'll get there.
We'll get to that. So he gets to the airport. It's a bloodbath.
Yeah, like a fucking massacre.
Like everywhere. He radios in. He doesn't crash his plane like he's supposed to, but he radios in.
Does he crash his plane in the story?
He crashes his plane because it suddenly gets stormy and he doesn't listen to the people that tell him, "Hey, don't land. It's dangerous."
Yeah.
And he lands, and everyone's dead.
Everyone is fucking dead.
And Jimmy's hot on his tail.
Yeah, they never really say how she escaped the closet. I mean, I assume the hotel dude came by and,
I think I know how she escaped the closet.
Who cares?
It's one of those Venetian blind style door closets.
Oh, you can probably easily break it. Yeah, you can just easily break it down, I guess, yeah.
You can just kick that down.
Fair enough.
It's not like, heck, Michael Myers just rips one off the wall
True.
in the first Halloween.
Very true.
Before he had superpowers.
Ah, yes, the simpler times.
So he gets there, everyone's dead, so he goes to the bathroom, and then we get a shot that is actually in the movie, in the book, where he in the mirror he sees a urinal. He hears someone come in.
Yeah.
And then he sees the urinal, but just the urinal, and then a stream of blood hits the urinal and goes down because vampires need to piss, I guess.
Oh, fuck. But the mirrors, like, surrounding them, too, also start to break, like, as he walks forward or some shit.
Yeah. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
And,
well, we get the standoff.
We get the standoff between him and the vampire. Dwight's like, I told you to stop following me. You didn't stop following me. So now I have to kind of kill you, sir. I'm sorry. I gave you every opportunity to just go away.
And this is true. He's given him several warnings to stop.
Yes, sir, this is harassment.
I'm gonna have to actually file a report. Gotta stay 500 feet away from me at all times.
And then it's like, show me you've been looking for me this whole time with all your tabloid report. What you've really been looking for is me. It's like, okay, could I see your face? And then We get the reveal of Dwight. It turns around, and it's on the cover, but it wasn't. It didn't prepare me.
Yeah. Like this thing is dead ass on the front of the cover. Like you see it when you pick this thing up,
and like it's like kind of like a bat's face, but with like meatloaf hair.
Yeah,
and it's like kind of furry, and it has one tooth on the top and one big tooth on the top, one big tooth on the bottom, and it opens its mouth like Arnold Vosloo in The Mummy, and I almost fell out of my chair laughing.
And the two big teeth that are used for like draining the blood just like move up and down, like going in and out of his gum. It looks so fucking dumb. I
know this is supposed to be scary, but it was hilarious. He looks like Timmy Turner.
Oh my god. Like, and the problem is that like this was full there was no suspense built up to it, right? Like it's just like you turn the camera, yeah, he's there. And you're like,
Have you seen pictures of Kurt Barlow from the 1979 Salem's Lot movie?
You want me to look it up real quick?
Look it up right now.
Okay, how do you spell Kurt what?
Kurt Barlow.
Barlow. From Salem's Lot, right?
Yeah, 1979. That was 1979. This is 1997. How could they not do...
This dude looks fucking horrifying, though.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks like a monster.
What the fuck?
How did you get worse in almost 20 years?
Holy shit. This man is legitimately scary. The Night Flyer, nah.
Night Flyer's hilarious. And then things get weird.
Oh yeah, the movie's not done yet, by the way.
Oh no, it should be.
No. It should be.
It really should be. But he makes Miguel drink his blood.
Yes.
Which actually happens in
the short story.
No.
Oh.
In Salem's Lot, Kurt Barlow makes Father Callahan drink his blood and curses him. And then we find out in the Dark Tower, Father Callahan gets the ability to see vampires through their auras, and it's all very weird. Very good. I actually recommend the Dark Tower.
Yeah, that sounds badass. What?
But this gives him the ending of Phantasmagoria 2. Where he's in like a room full of zombie demon vampires, and it's black and white and full of fog. He might be in Silent Hill.
I forgot we were still talking about the Night Flyer for a second.
And they're advancing on him, and they're saying things, and I think they're meant to be all the people whose lives he's ruined with the tabloiding.
Maybe?
That's my read on it, but it's also highly possible that this is the Night Flyer and none of it actually means anything.
I think some woman like is carrying a baby and she said, I had to take this out of me, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's because he had one story that had a picture of a dead kid that they wouldn't let him print, which is why he stormed out of the office at the beginning.
Oh, right. Sure.
I can't believe I paid attention to the stupid, irrelevant dialogue that missed the weird demon dog. Yeah, I got the short end of the stick on this one.
I gotta tell you, the dog did nothing. It just barked once and then he left, and then he almost died.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, like it's literally that's literally what happens. It was dumb.
That's an understatement.
He's getting spooked out by these spookies.
Don't compare the great film that was Spookies to this.
Then he turns around and there's just cops, I think.
Yeah, and he's holding an axe.
Because he wants to fight.
Because he takes the axe off the wall to fight the demons in his mind.
Yeah.
Really, when you say it like that, he sounds crazy.
And, it could be the way he's portrayed right now, covered in blood, wielding an axe and screaming insanity. He did
Looney Tunes and Fall in Blood.
He did Looney Tunes. He's fucking Looney Tunes now.
Yep. And Catherine gets there and gets the picture
Yeah,
says
the
she
cops
does.
shoot him.
Says he's the night flyer. The cops shoot him, and she writes the story. And then Dwight turns into Meatloaf. Dwight Renfield turns into Meatloaf and gets back in his plane. And then the movie's over.
Yeah.
And what was this film?
I don't even know what the fuck the ending is, because like the ending is like, oh, okay, like maybe she really did think he was the night flyer because he's got a plane and he's psychotic.
No, I don't think, because she says, looking out the window at when the vampire turns into Meatloaf, she says, "Never believe what you publish, never publish what you believe."
Oh, see, I turned my brain off at that point. I didn't even realize.
Because, you see, the movie thinks it's about something. Don't forget, it thinks it has a theme.
That's it.
Yes.
I was not made aware. I think I missed that meeting.
Just like I Am Legend, it thinks it has a theme.
Night Flyer is...
Bad?
Dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb and bad. But it's not like the funny Stephen King kind of bad, you know? Like that you've known for his other stuff.
It has no Balky.
Yeah.
It has no scaring the little girl. There's none of that over-the-top, delightful... There's not even a fun King cameo.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, maybe he read the script.
Fair. And then he went to go make, what's that fucking movie he made? Maximum Overdrive?
I just wanted to see Stephen King done right. Okay, to be fair to Maximum Overdrive, it's really fun.
Oh no, I 100% agree.
Though, hey, King, The Shining's a great movie. Get over it.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Especially, don't take time out of one of your novels to have a character in that novel insult the movie. Because that's just getting confusing. Because do you exist in this novel, then?
Oh, Christ. Night Flyer not good.
If you don't, did Dean Koontz write The Shining in this world? So yeah, Night Flyer, not so good. Next week, we got something from the makers of Toy Story. Not Toy Story. Puppet Master.
I was like, what?
Yeah, we got a little thing from the makers of Puppet Master, which is not itself a Puppet Master movie.
Oh, God.
So until then, I've been Mark D'Amato.
I've been Matt.
And don't watch Night Flyer, even though you can find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I do have one last thing to say about Night Flyer.
Oh, boy.
This is actually a movie we've been wanting to watch for years. Like, since the Wheel days.
Oh, shit.
But every time it would come up, we could not locate a copy of the Night Flyer. So for me, it had that extra disappointment of, I've been waiting 5 years for this.
And then you just get this. Oh, dude, that's a big old F.
Mm-hmm. It's like when I finally saw Curse of the Werewolf, it was like, I waited 10 years for this. All right. Yeah, so this was a bad one. Next week, probably going to be another bad one. I'm not going to lie to you.
There's always that chance here on Mindbreakers, huh?
Well, it's usually 80% of the time.
Yeah.
It's when we get a good one that, like, we've become complacent with a lot of the good ones we've got lately.
Yeah, we have.
We needed this to, like, poof us back into.
Yeah, really kick us back into what we're used to.
Yep. So, see you next time.
See you guys next time.